What's going on, YouTube? So today is going to be testing day. I'm going to be topping off all the fluids. I'm going to flush out the coolant. First off, I'm going to start off with just putting water in. As soon as the water comes out clear, then I'm going to go ahead and put the coolant in. That's something I just wanted to do just because I know the cooling system had those block seals, chemicals that they put in, and that was used. So I'm gonna go and flush that out. Put some engine oil in there. I'm also going to be putting some power steering fluid because I think a little bit of it spilled when I moved the power steering pump. And then after everything starts to fine and everything is good, then I'm gonna go ahead and refill the AC. So that's what's in the agenda for today. I'm hoping to get this done as soon as possible. So let me get started. I'll give you guys a walk around of what else I need. Oh, I need to put the battery back on, and then I have a new upper radiator hose that I'm going to be putting in. And then I'm gonna leave this that little belt cover, the shroud. I'm gonna leave that off just so I can see how tight these belts are, if they need to be adjusted or not. So I'm gonna leave that cover off. What else? I think that's it. So yeah, I can go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so I've already put in the oil. I got the water going into the radiator right now. So I'm going to go ahead and start her up and see what happens. What's going on, guys? I wanted to give you guys an update on what I'm currently doing now. I know I stopped the camera earlier while I was working on it because I just really couldn't figure it out. I started up the car. Starting it wasn't really a problem. But then I started seeing smoke coming from behind right here. I wasn't really sure what it was, and after running it for a few minutes, I stopped it, and then I turned it back on, started it right back up. But I think the smoke was just coming from old residual oil that was still left in there, and so now it's gone now. There was also a squeaking noise that was coming from one of the pulleys, and so that was another thing that I was trying to figure out earlier. And what it was that pulley right there at the bottom. It was just on a little too tight, so I loosened it up, and as you guys can hear, there's no more squeaking. Okay, so another one that I did was I replaced the old radiator, and so I have the new one on here now. I got all the hoses put in place. Okay, I put the new fan on there. I mean, not the new fan, but I put the fan on the new radiator. And so here is the old one. So same thing that was happening on this car, similar to what was going on with my Integra, was that the fans, when I checked both of them, since you got the radiator fan and then the condenser fan on the other side, you could feel that the fan was blowing cool. It's not blowing warm. Another thing that I noticed was that my temperature gauge was still going up, and when it goes up slightly, it wouldn't come down, even with the fans on, running and running for a long time. It wouldn't bring the temperature down. And it just kept the fans constantly running just because it went past the halfway point, and so I'm sure the coolant temp switch probably was telling the fans to just keep running until it cools back down, but it doesn't. So I figured that this old radiator, really the same thing like my Integra, is probably clogged. So I replaced it with a new one. Now, I don't know if you guys heard it in the background, but the fans are off right now, but they were on. And so, from observing it, I noticed that the fans are switching on and off. So when it was on, I felt the air coming from the back, and they were warm to hot air that was blowing out. So I think that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to take away the heat coming from the radiator, and so of course it's supposed to be warm. So right now, as you guys can see it, the fans turn on, and then it'll run for about a minute or two, and then it'll start it'll shut off. So let's wait for that. That's on right now, and then right there it just turned off. So really, I think you know, the radiator was the issue of why the overheat and why the temperature wasn't coming down. You know, the tubes inside the old radiator are probably clogged, and so right now it looks to be good. We can check the temperature gauge now on here, and where I'm at is I'm at the halfway point right there, a little under half, and it's been holding steady. So I've been having it on idle for a good 20 minutes now, and from my observation, like I said, the temperature is not going up anymore. The fans are kicking on and off like they should. I don't have any leaks anywhere else, so I think after I take this coolant thing off, I'm gonna go ahead and drive it around and see how it is. You know, with a higher RPM, that's when you'd really know if there is still overheating that's happening. So I'm gonna go and take it for a ride, drive around for a few minutes, and see what happens. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this one off first, and then take it for a spin. Now, I checked the power steering fluid. Power steering fluid is still good. It's still at the right level, so I'm not topping that off. You guys already seen me putting the oil in, so the oil should be good. So yeah, I'll take it for a spin, and then when I get back, what I'm going to do is I'm going to vacuum test the AC lines. I put this hose back on just a few minutes ago, so when I come back, I'm gonna go and vacuum test the lines, see if there's any leaks. If there's none, then I'll go ahead and start filling it up with the Freon. And so yeah, like I mentioned earlier, stay tuned for that one. It'll still be on this video, but stay tuned for that later. You know, I'll tell you guys a secret that I got about the refrigerant. Now, it's the R134. Yeah, so it's the R134, and so yeah, I'll let you guys in on my little secret on that. But all right, guys, I'll check you guys out in a minute. What's going on, guys? I just got back from test driving the car. Drove it around for a good 10-15 minutes. I was trying to take it to, you know, the streets to have it at a higher RPM. Now it seems to be working just fine. It's not overheating anymore. The fan is kicking on and off like it's supposed to. So I'm back home now, and I'm just working on the AC now. I pulled the vacuum on it, and let me see if you guys can see that. Yeah, I've only had it for a few minutes, so I'm gonna keep waiting until everything is fine. And if it holds the vacuum, then I'm gonna go ahead and charge it. So just wait for that one. I'll be doing that in a few minutes. Now, in the meantime, I've been just kind of cleaning up my tools and everything, cleaning the ground, putting everything away. And you know, right now it's just about the AC. So really, there's not that much tools that I need for this job. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update how it drove. Drove like, man, it's a great running car. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on that. Alright, so let me continue waiting for this vacuum test, and then I'll cut back on once I'm done with the test, and then I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I refill it back up. Alright, okay. What's going on, guys? I know it's been kind of stalled as far as me showing the car, me recharging the AC on this car. I started yesterday. I had to stop just because my charging hose right here, my old one broke, so, and it was getting kind of late, so I couldn't make it out to Walmart and go and buy another one. But that's the first thing I did today. So right now I pulled the vacuum on there in the system, and I held, it held for, I'd say, about 20 minutes. The needle didn't move, so I figured it must be good. I don't have any leaks or anything, so right now I'm just charging it up, and it charges a little slower than I know some people would like, but you kind of just have to be patient with it. When I charge it, I'm shaking the can numerous times, and once you feel that the can is getting cold, then I know that it's actually going into the system, it's charging the system. So I just kind of do it off and on, pressing the trigger. Now, this particular Subaru has a sticker right here in the front, and it's saying 19 to 23 ounces, and so one can is 12, so you need a little less than 2 to completely charge the system. I wouldn't go any lower, like maybe just putting 1 or 1.5. I wouldn't do that. I would charge it to almost 2 cans. And you guys will probably have a little bit to spare, just in case. But make sure you charge up your system the right amount, and that's how you get the AC running at optimal coldness. So I'm just gonna go ahead and continue charging up the system. As you guys can see, it already triggered the what do you guys call that? The clutch. It already triggered the clutch, so the clutch is moving. And yeah, it's just filling it up right now. So I'll continue on doing this, and then I'll cut back on when I'm done. And then we could try to feel how cold the air is coming into the car. All right guys.